Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel and today another Madden 23 franchise video. And today we're going to be playing in the AFC Conference Championship game against the 15-2 Jacksonville Jaguars. We're also 15-2 ourselves, so it's going to be an extremely tough matchup, but we are a way better team because we're an 89 overall compared to their 86 overall. And if we do win this game, then we are going to be playing in the Super Bowl against, let me go to the view playoff bracket so we can see what teams. So we would be playing against the Detroit Lions or the San Francisco 49ers. And if we do win this game, then our Super Bowl matchup would be played on most likely Friday, so in 2 days because today's Wednesday. And I was figuring out a way where we can actually make the games harder. So obviously we've played all the games on Madden Simulation, so what someone suggested in my comments, I kind of was fixing other stuff in the settings, and I actually figured out a way where you can make the game harder by changing the sliders. So the sliders were at 50 for the defense and the offensive side, so I made the sliders harder to where our defense would play worse towards the opposing team, because our offense is fine. Like, I feel like it's hard on offense, but it's just the defensive side of the ball. It's really easy for some reason, and we're constantly like winning games by a lot of points. So I ended up changing the sliders to where our defense should play a lot worse. And if they still play a little bit better than the opponent, then in the Super Bowl matchup game, I'll make the sliders even harder, so it could be extremely difficult during the Super Bowl matchup. I wish I figured that out beforehand, but I just got to it right now, so it is what it is. But hopefully, I'm hoping that the Lions win, because I feel like the Niners are probably gonna have a better team in terms of X Factor players and superstar ability players. So I'm hoping that the Lions win, because they shouldn't be as hard. But yeah, our offense should be the same amount of difficulty, which, I mean, it's fine. It's just the defense that was way too easy apparently, because the Colts, or I believe, yeah, last week we played the Colts or whatever, where whoever we played, we beat them by like a bunch of points, like 30 plus. So this should be a lot harder now, and hopefully the Jaguars can actually put up some sort of a fight, so you guys can actually see that the difficulty is a lot higher now, even though it's still an Madden Simulation. It's just now it's the sliders are more difficult, which is, I guess, good. And yeah, they have to have that in Madden 24 franchise mode. So in Madden 24 franchise mode, I'll definitely remember to change the sliders up to make the games as hard as possible for your entertainment and for me to rage, because the last couple weeks have been good for me in terms of not raging, but these upcoming weeks, as we get a touchdown to Chris Olave, is going to be really good. As you guys know, in the playoffs, well, specifically for this playoff series, I believe last playoff series we spun the positions in the challenge wheel. As you guys can see, the Jags scored a touchdown. But since this is the last basically couple games of our franchise, there's no point of me really even doing challenge wheels anymore. So we're just going raw into the game, and we're not doing any wheels or anything like that, just so we don't have to waste time on that, because it doesn't really matter, because this is the playoffs and it's the last playoff games of Madden 23 forever for me. So the only time I will be doing that is in the playoffs in like the first, second season, depending on if it is close to the new release of a Madden game. But Sean Malone's going to be open, and that's going to be a touchdown. That we took the top off the defense. That was a beautiful throw and a beautiful catch. And now we are up 14-10. As you guys can see, the defense playing a lot worse. We're still winning the game because of our offense, but our defense has gave up 10 points. We have 14 points, and I forgot to make the quarters 4 minutes instead of 3 minutes. I kind of forgot to do that. My bad, guys. In the Super Bowl, if we do make it there, I will hopefully try to remember to put the quarter minute, or the minutes for the quarters, at 4 minutes instead of 3 minutes. I turned it down to 3 minutes last game because we had to go over a lot of stuff before the game even started, and I didn't want the video to be too long, but forgot to change it back. Hopefully you guys don't get too mad at me for that. My bad. 8 for 8, 208 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and we're looking good right now. Justin Fields has his X Factor, so that's nice. Damian Pierce gonna get a decent run, an extra 5 yards. Hey, if we just get 5 yards every run, I'm not gonna be mad at that at all. So that guy that's gonna be guarding Hayden Hurst, he's gonna be on a super deep hard flat, or at least it looks like it. But since he is gonna be on a hard flat either way, we're actually gonna put Hayden Hurst on a trail route, so we could be wide open right here. Boom, thank you very much. That's an easy first down. and we're down at the 4-yard line. We have to hurry up because there's only 50 seconds left in this game, or in this half, so I don't want to wait too long and then not be able to get a touchdown off, as Dameon Pierce gets another touchdown on the day. I think this is his first touchdown on the day, but another touchdown just for our team in general. And the Jags score again. Bruh, 21-17. This is a lot harder. I mean, the offense is still, you know, but it's just the defense is looking a lot better now, which is good. And someone suggested to play the whole game, but guys, if I played the whole game on, let's say, on what I usually do, which is 4-minute quarters, that would take me so long, because if you guys know, these videos take me like 40 minutes to record, if not even like 45 minutes, 35, 40, 45 minutes. So if I extended that to where I'm also playing the whole entire game, then that would make the video like over an hour and 10 minutes to record, and then I'd still have to edit a crap ton of, you know, parts out. And then by the time that I'm done editing all that stuff out, the video is gonna be like 30 minutes long or something like that, because I'm not, you know, the best editor in the world. So I wish I could play the whole entire game, but the only way I could play the whole entire game is if the quarters at like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then that wouldn't be as long of a video for you guys. But it's kind of hard to do it when, you know, you're playing both sides of the ball. That's why I usually would rather play offense, because offense is more exciting to watch than the defensive part of the ball. And since we are playing against the CPU, I feel like for you guys watching me play defense against CPU would be kind of boring in my opinion. So for your sake, I just play offense because it's a lot like more fun for you guys to watch, and it's obviously better for me because I like playing offense more than defense, because you actually get a lot of you know, potential ways to score and, you know, move the ball down the field and score touchdowns. So that's just what I do, and hopefully you guys are okay with that, as Dare is going to be wide open and we're going to get a touchdown. Our offense is going insane. It's just the defense that is, you know, it's holding up a little bit, as the Jags score another touchdown and they get the 2-point conversion. So that's now 28-25. So this game is actually extremely close, and we could lose this game if we don't score on one of these drives. So we need to be kind of careful, but Olave is going to be open. I wish he broke those tackles because we would have had an easy touchdown, but I've kind of gotten the hang of all Madden simulation. Like, I know it's really cheesy, but if you know how to... Oh, you know what? I'm actually good that we got hit when we were throwing that ball, because that would have been an interception. But like I said, yeah, all Madden Simulation is actually not that hard than what I would have thought that it would have been. I mean, I used to play all Madden Simulation a little bit, but not on camera. But now that I'm playing it on camera, I think I've gotten a lot better at this game. And I could confidently say that I've gotten better at this game from the start of Madden 23 to the end of Madden 23. Now, when Madden 24 comes out, it's not the same game. I know a lot of casuals that barely play Madden say, oh, it's the same game every year. That's not the case. It's really not the case. The game always changes in terms of the metas every single year. Some years it's good for blitzing and man coverage, other years it's good for zone coverage, other years it's good for running, other years it's good for passing. So just because I'm good at Madden 23 does not mean that I'm going to be just as good as Madden 24, because the years change as we get another freaking touchdown. But it's not the same game every year, and it's, you know, it's more than just a roster update. But if you just play, you know, like play now, then you might think that it'd be the same game, but it's really not. But our defense actually gets a stop, which is good. So now we're up 35-25. Sean Malone's going to be open again. I swear this route has literally killed everyone that tries to line up against Sean Malone in zone coverage. You can't line up in these zone coverage sets on Sean Malone, because he's going to get a touchdown. You see? Another touchdown for Sean Malone. That is more than 40 points this game. Defense, can you actually give them points? Okay. At this point, I'm asking the defense to hand them free points, because I want the games to be challenging for me, but it's 42-25. And we are destroying our opponent, as Hayden Hurst's going to be wide open. Now, if I would have played on Madden Simulation with all these higher sliders in the beginning of the year with a 70 overall team, I would lose pretty much almost every single game, because The difference between that team and this team is all my players are significantly better. It's from a 70 overall team to an 89 overall team. My QB has, you know, freaking abilities. It's a 99 overall. I have a bunch of 90 overall receivers. I have a good O-line. I have a good running back. I have a good defense. I mean, everything's just better. So it would have been a lot harder if I actually played on Madden in the beginning of the year. As Hayden Hurst, another touchdown. This game is absolutely over. We're heading to the Super Bowl. And the Jags score another touchdown. Okay, that was a super long touchdown, by the way. 49-33. Hey, at least the Jags scored more points than our original opponent last time, but it still isn't enough to beat us, as we're just gonna chuck up a deep pass. And I kind of just want to run up the score. I want to get a little bit more practice with Saints Fork and other formations, as this could be a touchdown, maybe, if that deep zone player, that free safety, actually lines up with CeeDee Lamb. Then this is going to be a bomb to Damian. And it is going to be a bomb to Dameon Pierce. That is going to be a catch. And that's another extremely big gain. Justin Fields, I was about to say Jalen Hurts. Justin Fields, 7 touchdown passes. Okay. 49-33. That is the end of the ball game. We destroyed our opponent. This is obviously going to be a way shorter video because the quarters are shorter. My bad. But as you guys can see, Justin Fields, 23 for 27, 475 passing yards, 7 touchdown passes. Okay. Dameon Pierce, 1 rush for 5 yards. Receiving, Hayden Hurst, 8 for 132, touchdowns. Sean Malone, 5 for 145, 2 touchdowns. Olave, 5 for 118, 1 touchdown. Dameon Pierce, 3 for 51 and a touchdown. Dare, 1 for 4, 1 touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 1 for 27. Didn't really have that much of a impact on this game, but I promise you guys he will have an impact on this Super Bowl matchup. And then Nick Lewis is 1 drop. Defensively, yeah, Rashawn Gary, 2 sacks, and then we actually got 2 picks. So DeMar Hamlin and Kaiser White come away with an interception each. And yeah, this was actually a pretty easy game, and I'm gonna have to up the sliders even more because it's just too easy. At this point, it's the last game. We're just gonna auto upgrade these players. It doesn't really matter anymore because we're heading on to Super Bowl. And let's see who we're gonna go up against. That would be absolutely tragic if I simmed past the Super Bowl. And we're playing against the 49ers. Yeah, I did not like that. But Lions lost 24-17. So we're going up against one of my least favorite teams in the NFL, the San Francisco 49ers. We're the 1st seed. They're the 2nd seed and respected. And we're very respected teams, right? We're in the Super Bowl, so everyone has to respect us. So there's no hate for these teams. We're coming in clean, and hopefully we could actually win this game. Let's upgrade these last players. These are actually pretty important upgrades, but we're just gonna auto upgrade. It doesn't really matter. So if you guys did enjoy the whole series pretty much, and hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you guys already haven't. And before we end off the video, Super Bowl in Las Vegas, we're an 89 overall, they're an 89 overall. We have a 91 defense, we have an 89 offense, and that somehow equates to 89 overall, but I think I know why. And the reason why is because of special teams, because special teams is actually kind of low. So I guess that would make sense for an 89 overall, but if we're just going off of O and D, it should be an average of a 90 overall, but whatever game. We're 15-2, they're 10-7, so we should be able to win this game just basing off the records. They have McCaffrey, which is not good, and I will see you guys in the next franchise video. Bye.